taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
It's caught, and it's 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
This is taken just shy of the 10, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Brady now on 1st down. A pass underneath for Fournette. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. He completes it to Julio Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On play action, now Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. That throw, Charles, on the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Room here to run. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game?
And this is caught. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Allen going to throw. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Allen will try to throw for it. And they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bills are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Allen going to go on fourth down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
Brady going to go on 4th down. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to have the Bucs first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans. 38 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Well, Brady gets away with one. Lucky. Could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, this could start getting a little more interesting.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight, planted their feet, and forced the incompletion on first down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Brady. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Bucs try it on fourth down to come up empty, and the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. That is complete downfield to Knox. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, 74 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, and now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Gabriel Davis, 36 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. They'll look to throw. to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know that's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Flush to his right. He'll check this one off to Fournette. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now
and the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Bucs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Brady got to have this one. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Brady going to throw. And finding the tight end Rudolph. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Brady now to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball.
Touchdown! Kyle Rudolph. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bucs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Brady's going to look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Uncorks one for Davis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 14 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Allen going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the and my goodness, another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Allen will try to throw for it. And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Fielded right around the 8. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Russell Gage, 79 yards. And the Bucs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Brady will look to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. McKenzie now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like... And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. To throw, it's Brady. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Kyle Rudolph with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the 2nd half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. Brady to throw again. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick?
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bucs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.